How you doing? How you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. Right now, we're chilling, we are alive, we're okay. Right now, we are ascending, we are breathing, we are everything that we are supposed to be. There's nothing that we don't have. We lack nothing. So we're just being. For the first time in our lives, we are finally allowed to be whatever you want to be. So on this day, the first day of the week, as they say, because these are just words, I say let's meditate. Let's take a moment to decompress, to let go of the stress from the week before. Don't carry the things that you struggled with from your past of last week into this new week. You know, let's do that today. Let's take this moment. Let's chill. Let's breathe. See, it's about ascension. We are ascending into the kingdom. The kingdom is nigh, or thy, however you want to conceptually come to your understanding. Because that's what it is. We are all in the time of divine understanding. And now that we have this understanding of what's going on and who we are, we now know. We no longer believe, we now know what we must do. So now, we are just in the phases of implementing the things that we must do. Or in other words, we are reaping what we sowed earlier before. That's all we're doing now. We are reaping the seeds, the fruit of the divine from the seeds we planted a long time before. We just had to live through the experience. We had to let time do what it do, because it's not real. So it's whatever you do with it. This is that awakening to that God phase, awakening to that higher state. This is the part where I lose a lot of people. This is the part when we lose a lot of people because they're not ready. They're not ready to be everything because they still think so small of themselves. Isn't it not written in your law, in your scripture, that are ye not all gods? And the scripture must be true. It is true. We are gods in flesh. Man, the thing that was made that was greater than its creator, the creation itself, the full embodiment of both God, the masculine, and the primordial, the feminine, or they like to call her chaos, because they can't control her. They can't stop her cycles. She moves how she moves, and that's what they say, the way her hips shake. It's a cycle. See, that's why they call her chaos, because they can't control her. It's her cycle. We have to learn to go with the flow. We have to get into that flow state, you know, the art of receiving. Can you receive what you are about to receive? And then can you let go what no longer serves you? It's a dance. The moment you do one thing, the pendulum swings to the other side, and you must do the other to maintain the rhythm and swing back. It's the walk of life. You never stand still. You always move forward. One foot in front of the other. But every step, you must shift your weight, right? To catch yourself or you're going to fall. You got to shift your weight or you're going to catch yourself or you're going to fall. So when we are walking forward in this life, we have to learn to go with the flow. Or we're going to find ourselves tripping ourselves over our own mistakes because we keep trying to walk forward without switching our hips. I mean, you're trying to walk with one foot. Last time I checked, you can't walk with one foot, you need two. It takes two to make the thing go right. That's why this word is in duality. It takes two. Because once you have two, when they become in alignment, meaning they can work in perfect universal harmony, they will create the third. The third, that when they create the third, they make the Trinity, the Holy Trinity. That's why three, three is that magic number. 333. It's a supreme number. It's a supreme number because it's the first number that when you start adding points together on a piece of paper, you need 3 points to make something other than a point, a line. You need 3 points because 1 point is either a point or a line. It becomes a line once you get 2. But once you have 3, it's a shape. It's a container. But what does it contain? That's the fourth dimension, the thing that sits within. The thing that sits within. That's God. That's God. The light in the container that sits within. That sits within you. It's the spark, but it was hidden. It had to be hidden. It had to be hidden. Thus it was hidden in matter. It was hidden in the reeds. So that's what they say. Let those who have ears to hear have eyes to see. Because the eyes you have will deceive you. Your eyes will deceive you. They will not tell you the truth because they cannot see the hidden light. Your eyes cannot see the hidden light. You must feel it. You must know it. And when you know it, you can see it with your inner eye, your third eye. The third eye that exists in your imagination. The greatest nation of all time. Because remember, to go get out, you must go within. As above, so below. As within, so without. As on earth, as it is in heaven. So heaven is a mind state. And so is hell. They live in duality. Just like God is real, then the devil is real. Because they live in duality. But to escape duality, to enter to unification, the key is love. The key is love, because that's the only way you can dance with the feminine. Meaning you must surrender. Surrender who you think you are. So you can remember the truth. Because the truth does not care about right or wrong. Does not care about right or wrong. The truth just is. Unity. The truth just is. If you're still on right or wrong or good or bad, you are not ready for the truth. Because the truth does not care about your feelings. That's why most people can't get it. They still stuck in their feelings. As long as you are still stuck in your feelings, you will not be able to become one. Because that keeps you divided. You must become one with them so you can understand them but not react. It is the emotional reaction that is the manifestation of that demonic energy. It is the emotional reaction that is the manifestation of that demonic energy through you. That's why you must control your emotions. Because if you do not control your emotions, you will not be aware of the things that you do, because an emotion will have control. So they call that a spirit. They call that a spirit. Your emotions are tied to your spirits. But people are not going to catch that because they in their emotions, so they got feelings. And they let their feelings run their life. They let their feelings run their life. You can feel some type of way, but you don't have to act it. You can feel something and not have to act something. Act the way towards it. So you have to get out of your feelings. Your emotions are spirits. And they manifest through you. And you give them life when you allow them to take control of your vessel. To take control of your temple. This is the avatar. This is the sanctum to life. That's the answer, by the way. The answer, the greatest, what's the purpose of life? Life. Living. Because nothing's greater than living. Everything outside of you don't matter. You are alive. That is the greatest thing. To be alive is the answer. And once you find purpose in being alive, you are then ready to share that with the outside world. But if you do not have a reason to be alive inside, then you don't know how to express to anything else another reason to be alive outside of you. See what I'm saying? But nobody thinks. They react. You don't have to react to everything. Stop taking shit personal. Stop taking shit personal just because you heard it. See, when you take it personal, that means you own it. Meaning you're allowing it to have power. You're allowing it to have purpose. Think about it. Think about it first. If you don't think, you missed the mark. And missing the mark is sinning. That's what the word means. To miss the mark is to forget, and that's a sin. You missed the mark. You forgot. So you got to remember, but the only way to remember is to pay attention. Just simple paying attention. Awareness. Simple awareness. Being aware at all times. But that means you have to change the way you've been living because your whole life's been a lie. Your whole life's been a lie. It's been a distraction. The whole point of life is to be in tune with nature because that's life. Be in tune with nature. That is life. But your whole life, you've been distracted. You've been entertained. That's a creation of man. That is a creation of man. Entertainment is a creation of man. When you are addicted to being entertained, you miss out on life. And then when you finally get the truth, you are too old to go back in time because you prescribed to time. But no one thinks because these are words. They get stuck on the words. Words are spells. Words are spells. It's spellcraft. When people are telling you stuff, you have to feel it. Stop thinking. When you think too much, you can always find a way to make some shit make sense because you're a god. That's what you do. You create. You can create shit that was never meant to work. But if you go off your thoughts, someone can talk enough to you to where they convince you of some bullshit. And that's where we're at. Because everybody grew up on a television. Something that told them a vision, which means they told you a lie because that was not your sight. Those were the thoughts of someone else. Ergo, the thoughts of man. You must think for yourself. When you think for yourself, you then view the thoughts of God. But it's all in the mind. It's a mind game. So the matrix is up here. The matrix is up here. Once you free your mind, you break the matrix. You then cannot be controlled. But you can't be controlled. That's how you break the matrix. Freedom. Free thought. Thinking and moving and doing as you wish. That's the will of God because God lives in you. So when you finally make a choice, when you finally make a choice, those will be the thoughts and actions of God. He speaks and lives through you. But you must find and connect with your inner self, your inner God, the inner substance that gives you life. Because you are not a body, you have a body. Just think about it. So look, welcome in, welcome to this fine, beautiful, amazing day.
Yes, yes. Welcome. Peace, love, light, abundance, and prosperity. Sent. How's your day? You're speaking that real truth, that deep truth that a lot of people don't want to touch on.
Because they're not ready
Yeah,
for
I
truth.
commend you. I appreciate what you're doing, brother.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, you're talking that real talk. And that's why there's not that many views. You should have about at least 100 people in here. And with 100 people, even if you reach 10 of them, they have family members. So, like me, if you reach me, I'm teaching like 12 of my family members. So, when you reach me, you're really reaching 13 other people.
See, that's how it works. See, the numbers don't matter. I can have 1 billion people, but if they don't hear me, it don't matter.
That's
If
true.
they don't feel it in their soul, in their spirit, if they can't feel it right here, because that's where your soul sits in your solar plexus. If
Facts.
they
Yep.
feel it right here, they can't hear me. Because if they can't hear me, they definitely can't see me. Because I can show them the truth, but the truth
Talk
is,
that
is
truth.
self-sufficient. It's actually technology. It's biological technology. That's why I taught you biology. They taught you biology. And that was just another way to
Yes,
separate you from yourself. Because it's all talking about you. All those things that
that's 100%.
neurons can do, those electronic forces, those electronic energies that would carry messages. Remember how they told you they encoded the truth. They give you 40% truth, but they give it to you in a lie. Because he don't lie some of the time, he lie all the time. That's why you must have discernment to pick the truth out of the lies.
Exactly. That's what I do. I've studied Buddhism for like 3 different years. I've studied different esoteric knowledge, different occult type knowledge. I've studied like 7 different religions, and I just pull truth from them. I never become like a member of their organization. I just gain the knowledge and I discard the lies and accept the truth to make a complete, like to make a gold nugget. I get different gold nuggets and I'm trying to make a gold bar.
See, and that's the point of life. You are supposed to experience things. See them for what they are, or as they said, eat the fish, spit out the bones. But let's be smarter than that. We know fish got bones, so I'm already come in knowing there's this, that going on. So I'm trying to get to the real truth. I'm trying to go deep because it's infinite. So therefore, I will never know everything. I will never be the one to say I know it all. But because I know I don't know it all, I know it all because I'm ready to surrender to the fact that there's more information, there's more truth, there's more lies, and there's more life.
Yes, yes. That allows you to receive more downloads and you're open to more ascension. You will ascend. You're on the right path. You're actually teaching me and other people, even if they don't admit it.
I'm not teaching nothing. Even though I'm a teacher, I can't teach shit. There's nothing new under the sun. I'm helping you remember what you already forgot.
Exactly, yeah. So you're helping us remember. That's all it is. Like
Same old
reflection and like
story
as
being told
above,
a million
also
ways.
below.
Same story being told a million ways. So here's the madness.
Nothing new under the sun.
I
Big
gotta
facts.
find a way to teach you the same shit from a new perspective. But for the past 2,000 years, everybody's been stuck on one perspective. So we're in a schism right now. We're in a schism. We've been spiraling in one direction. But that's not how a dance works. It don't go one direction, it goes two. It goes down and then comes back up. This is to come up. This is to come back up. What is coming up? What is coming back? What was forgotten? Your knowledge, your love, yourself. Because that's what you're looking for, yourself. So yourself forgotten. But when you find
Yes,
yourself, you find God. You find all the answers because all of it lives within you. You then
that's
become
true.
the vehicle. You then become the avatar. You then become the vessel that carries the truth. You are the book of life. That's what they mean when they say, how do you find out? Is your name in the book? Because you are the book. It's because you
Oh
are.
man, that's powerful. That's very powerful. That resonates with me. That's true.
See, no one thinks. See, my job is to teach you how to think. That's what I teach. I teach you how to think because they taught you how to think. They taught you how to think. So your whole life you've been thinking
Yes,
this way, but you never thought for yourself. So I'm trying to help you think for yourself. So I got to give you the same old story on a different day.
yes.
It's my
That
way.
way I could remember, yes. And that's going to
It's the
help
truth.
people remember because everything is within you. If there's nothing new under the sun and we consist of the same elements that make up the celestial, that make up the universe, then we are the universe. Exactly like you said. We are everything. We are everywhere. We are nothing and everything at the same time. I am that I am. That is
But
so
here's what
true.
people get confused at. They say, well, I can't see it, so I don't believe that. Oh, they showed you to your face. You want to know what? How? You're made up of atoms. What are atoms? Atoms are photons of light. And the base
Facts.
atoms that make you up, which are 6 protons, 6 electrons, 6 neutrons, what sits in between them? Dark matter. What they define it is spooky action at a distance. It can be
Exactly.
seen but not observed. No, it can be observed but not seen. Okay, that's your
That's
atoms and you're made up of them. What the fuck you mean you don't believe that's not you? You're not thinking. That's why you're still separating yourself from the knowledge. The knowledge is internal knowledge. So stop understanding shit and understand. Understand this. Stop
and
intellectually.
overstand.
Sit with it. Meditate on it. You can't read a book in one day and get it. You can't read a book in one day and get it. You gotta study that shit. You gotta read the spells because it's in words. Anything that's in words is a spell.
Yes, you got to ponder upon it.
So you gotta see between the lines, see between the truth. Meditate. Meditation is key because
Meditate.
that activates your imagination. When you activate your imagination, you then have the cosmic egg.
Oh
Anything
man,
is possible.
that's yeah, yeah. I didn't know that. That sounds like it's a fact.
That's your soul. When the first thing that
So
happened when you got born, when your sperm from your father met the egg of your mother, they became a zygote, a black dot, a three-level black dot, a homunculus. And when they come together, there's a flash of light. That dot is
yes,
made of melanin. And at the
yes.
center, at the very center, is your soul. So that's why they call it the black night of the soul.
Okay, I didn't know that. Learn
That's
something new every day.
that's the science. The zygote. It's a black dot. Little black
Yeah,
ball.
yeah. That's one of the recent things. Well, about a month ago, I started studying about that and the triple stages of darkness and dark matter and what is it, ether. I started studying about that.
That's the spirit. That's the spirit collectively reminding us. There's no reason this is a coincidence. That's the spirit. What spirit? The spirit of the planet, nature herself. She's been changing over time. She's been spiraling down with us. She used to be Tiamat, the mother dragon. Now she's
Yeah.
just dirt.
Yeah, the way that we treat her, yes, but I believe that she is still,
Oh,
uh,
she's here. No, that's how
yeah,
we see
Tiamat
her. That's how we've labeled her. Because remember, these are
as
words.
kind.
Every time we name her, we classify her, we make her
Yes.
smaller and smaller. We put her deeper and
Yep.
deeper into a prison.
That's why I stay away from titles and labels. Like I consider myself uh un like you can't put a title on me and you can't put a label on me or nothing like that because light does not have a label.
Now look, I speak the truth. You want to call me what I am? I am a primordial deity trapped in hell. I am
That's
trapped
like
in
I am.
hell. I
Yes,
am
to the
supposed to
same.
be ruling the cosmos, but I am here to in the flesh of man, the divine being. Because think about it, it took fire, water, air, and earth to make physical matter, right? But you more than that. You got spirit. But when you go within yourself, you find the truth. There's more. Oh, yeah. See, it's encoded in you. The way we taught it back then was not for coincidence. That's why they never use words, they use symbols. Because symbols can teach so much more than a word, because a word has a definition. A symbol is infinite, because it's up to your imagination to decipher the truth. But the only way to get it is to take that and apply it to yourself. So the first God that we know of was Soot, Set, the black one. The triple stages of darkness, the black blue God. Right? Because we got to go back to the source. We got to go back to the source. Because it's all from source. Nothing starts without a source. Since we can't call it nothing else, I'm using my own term because I got my own relationship. I got my own truth. My own truth. My own, because nothing's true. Because nothing's real. It's just permitted. Permitted by the mouths of God. That's why you must be careful what you say. You must be careful what you'll say. That's what your heart must be true with your mind so you can speak clearly. Heart and mind must be one so you can speak clearly. And this is just your
Yeah.
heart chakra, third eye. This is infinite knowledge. This is true love. This is the discernment. This is the mouth. This is the holy fire. You can destroy somebody with your words.
Yes, you can. It's called alignment. Yeah,
That's
it's
why
called
they say
spells.
those who worship the serpent, those who worship Satan Shakti were the fire breathing dragon, because our words was like fire to their ears. They couldn't take it because it didn't sit right in their spirit. They literally couldn't take it. It would not sit right in their spirit. It's deeper than the flesh. Everything spiritual. It was all spiritual. It didn't become this material
It
world as we
still
know
is,
it.
and it still is.
It didn't become material world as we know it now. When they found America, that's when everything changed. As they say, when the Fire Nation attacked.
Fire. Yeah,
Come
yes.
on.
Fire Nation attack. What do you think about the resets? You think there's resets every so often?
Oh yeah, several. 19, the big one for us, 1729, mud floods. We had another one after that, but that was the big one. That was the one that kind of died back a lot of the population, the native population in the New World through the mud floods. That's why they say he who controls the water controls everything. That's why they got all this water locked up behind dams. Behind
Yes.
dams, because look, I don't care what you say, a civilization cannot thrive without water. And now, and come on now, don't, come on now, TT. My bad. I clicked too fast. It's all love. Well, no, TikTok. It's all love.
It's all love, yeah.
No, because look,
Love,
it's not love and light. Because there's
love and
no,
what?
it's just love. Love is one thing. It's not love and light. Stop trying to split up love. Light goes with dark.
Oh,
It's
you're
light.
right, you're right.
It's
It's
light
just
and
love.
dark, and then it's
It's
just
like,
love. They still trying to
yes,
separate from love.
I see what you're saying, yeah. That
See,
makes
there's
a lot of sense.
reality. When they got, see, the thing is, once you get the truth, you're a kid who's standing at the wall, throwing the ball back at himself, wondering why that motherfucker keep coming back at himself. Because you're already at the deepest point. It's love. The more you try to separate from that, it's just gonna keep coming back at you. You're gonna be stuck in a cycle, just spiraling, circling. The snake who eats its own tail. You can't get out. So that's why you
But
have to
humble.
go within. That's when you become from a circle to a spiral, right? You go
Yes.
from being stuck in a circle to you spiral in. But once you hit the bottom, you spiral up because it all sits within the mother. It all sits within the mother. The first one, the divine mother who gave birth to the divine will, which was the word, and the word crafted from nothing its own reality. So the mother was always there. She's the warm caress. She's that void y'all scared of. Death's not real. It's not real. She's the
It's
womb
not.
waiting to
Time's not
caress
real.
you and fulfill you and nurture you back to life. Because when you came here is when this is the light of the living dead. That's why they are walking zombies. But ignorance is bliss. Ignorance is bliss. They're walking, living dead. Because they're not alive in their minds. They are controlled. They know not what they do. Literally. They're in a system
Yes.
program. Someone
Cycle.
understood their biology. Somebody stood
Indoctrinated.
understood their biological technology and then programmed them.
We
And
have to
that's
reprogram ourselves.
yes, we reprogram the mind. And it starts with how you think. Changing how you think. Literally, the words you say when you talk to yourself. You see how I'm talking to y'all now? Talk to yourself like this all the time. Talk to yourself like this all the time. You talk to the God in you, not the devil. because there's God and the devil that lives in you. You are the light and the devil is the dark. But that's the power. They work in unison. Because remember, God stands for generator, operator, destroyer. Right? Before creation, there was destruction. That's chaos.
Yes.
That's the feminine. The one that breaks it down so it can be rebuilt. Breaks it down so it can be rebuilt. Because energy is neither created nor destroyed. It only transforms. Energy is neither, because it's always there. It's been there from the beginning. It's neither created nor destroyed. Only transformed. So
Transmuted.
energy's in you too. And you can transmute it and transform it so it can be amplified through you. That's that divine light. The light body they talk about, the chakras, it starts by
Yes.
activating the first light, the black sun. The black sun, the dark star. That's the cosmic seed. See, the chakras is the filtered light. Those are the light through filters. That deals with emotions. That deals with spirit. That deals with spirit. The soul is past, is deeper than that. The soul is the dark star, the black hole. You must go into the black hole, which then takes you to a wormhole, because this is metaphysics now. See, the spirit is spirit. When we get talking about the soul, we're talking about metaphysics. Once you enter the black hole, you go through the wormhole that enters out on the white hole, the other side. The other side of life. That's why they say the grass is always green on the other side. You don't know. You ain't seen that grass over there. The grass is green on
Nah.
the other side, I promise you.
Yes, it is.
KG, what's up? Welcome in, welcome in.
How you doing?
I'm blessed. I'm here. I'm alive.
Me and you are on the exact same page.
Well, welcome, welcome. Nice to meet another.
Yes, KG.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, we're all on the same page, man. I was just all day long. I've been getting. I think my next step is astrology. I think astrology is everything. I think when Jesus is talking to like Jonah or whatever, he takes them outside to look at the stars. It's all written in the stars. God even says He creates the stars for us to use as signs.
Yeah, it's written everywhere, but it starts with yourself.
Yeah, exactly. I think the entire book, the entire Bible, is about how it's about the mind. It's about overcoming your negative emotions, your negative thoughts, and you, am I correct there?
Yeah,
Yes, it's a little deeper, but it's exactly what you said and a little more.
this is what the Bible is. The Bible is a book that was created to help those who have new souls to this world. They help them understand how to be morally righteous. For the new souls at that time, those new spirits, I'd rather say, those new spirits to the realm at that time. It was the spiritual realm. These were new spirits to this realm, and when they came, they needed to be taught how to be morally righteous. That's what that book was created for. So that book was based off of a group of people that already was alive. It was them telling them about their soul, because these people didn't have the same soul, they had a spirit, but not the same soul. So they were teaching them, because righteousness comes from the soul. See, for these people, they had no, they lived how they used to do because they were embedded in them. They all knew how to operate with other men. They didn't have to be told what to do. So when they
KG,
go ahead.
can you mute your mic, KG?
Yep.
So when they created this book, well, one the book, what they did, because I'm gonna be rude, true with you. I'm skipped all this bullshit. They baby talking with you. Normally you got to pay for this, but it is what it is. When the people from the new world went to the old world, But these people were still living like savages, hunting and gathering to survive, for they were in a land that was not as rich. And they did not learn how to work the land. So when these new people who came, who had all this time to work the land and become civil and find civilization, right? These new people, when they came, they were indistinguished from fucking aliens. They didn't know what the fuck these people were when they landed. When those people came to the old world, well, to the new world, because both of them existed at the same time, they were on different timelines, though. Whole different timelines. Because you can say what you want about the fucking map they gave us. You can say what you want about the clock they gave us. You can say what you want about the calendar. People live in different timelines. Drive through America, you'll see it. Some people still living in the 80s right now. Think I'm lying? Go look for yourself.
No, you're exactly right. That the entire book is written in parables, and you got to realize back then they wrote in Eastern mysticism. They had to, because people back then, they didn't understand science, photons, atoms, quantum physics. They knew eventually a civilization would come along, and we would know all that stuff. And I think it's time for us to like get the science together. It's clear that an advanced civilization wrote this book. It's about the mind and how you should, like electricity, energy, and
Oh yeah, the civilization's never left. It's just been stolen and brainwashed. The civilization is a miracle. The civilization is a miracle. Because I don't care what you say. You name any other place bigger than the Big Apple. Who bit the apple? Come on now, you name somewhere better than the Big Apple. Right. But look, here, check this out though. El Dorado. Queen Khalifa, California, come on now. The Amazon, come on. I don't care what you say.
Yes.
Everything magical comes from the Americas. Everything magical.
This is the true old land, old world.
Oh, they already
Ancient.
know. They erased it. You can't tell me
Ancient.
the greatest empire that ever lived, which were a combination, because they still trying to separate them to try to break it up to make you think it's not as big as it was. The Olmecs, Mayans, and the Incas was all one big major empire. They ruled the whole island that it was, that whole empire, in different stages of time. Right?
Turtle Island.
In the world just disappeared. They all vanished. Come on now. Y'all were hunting and gathering, and y'all beat them in a war. Nah, it was some other shit. The truth was, when the first group left the gold land, heaven, and went east or west, depending on which part of the globe you're looking at, you know, everything's backwards, right? But when they went east, landed in Africa, that became the heart of everything, right? Because the people who came there landed there. So all that shit would be there. So wouldn't that be the heart of everything for Africa? But Africa's not Africa. Everything was Africa. Everything was Africa.
yeah, you're right. The first civilization was in the ancient land of Chem, which is Egypt, and the Dogon tribe, and they were black, right?
No, they weren't the first. They got the knowledge at a certain point. But think about it. This is what they said.
Yeah, the Dogon tribe.
This is what they said. This is the story. Some black aliens came from space. Some fish people came from space. Told them the knowledge of the stars and how to.
Welcome to Max Power.
Told them how to use the alignment of the stars to read nature, so they can actually cultivate the land, so they can stop hunting and gathering and start having agriculture. When they taught them that on these spaceships that these people had never seen, that came in on the water but then left on the air, and that story got passed down for what, 60,000 years? Because that's when what they say modern humanity, when they became cultivized and they stopped using sticks and stones.
You're talking about the Emerald Tablets, aren't you?
No, this is everything. This ain't just one. This is everything.
Yeah, have you ever heard of the Emerald Tablets?
Yep, read both of them.
The space commander, he's first known as a space commander, and then he's known as Thoth, and then he's known as Hermes, and then he's known as Enoch, and I believe he's Jesus also.
That's a spirit.
He says that he was sent here to the land of the hairy barbarians, and then when he landed his UFO here, or his spaceship, he says they all tried to attack him with spears and sticks and rocks and stuff. And he said he held up his staff and he sent out a ray of vibration that made them all like stand still and calm. And he says he calmed them with his words and says, I'm here to teach you. I'm not going to hurt you. Blah blah blah. And then that's all.
Passed down. Think of it this way: if I pulled up on y'all on the airplane and then landed on the water and then was like a boat, and then I hopped out that thing, and then I pulled out a microphone on a stick, and then I started talking to him. What you call that? If you don't know shit but sticks and stones, that nigga's a magic. That's a warlock. Technology that is sufficiently advanced enough is indistinguishable from magic. We just got to look at the times. This said steampunk, because remember, this is a whole society they talking about. The age of steampunk
Yeah, that's
is a real thing.
true.
How long ago was that? How long ago when there was on steampunk, steam technology, but free? There's so many civilizations that have existed on this, because this planet is what they say 4.6 billion years old. What they say, the first steps of any skeleton that looked humanoid, 1.6 million years old, somewhat human. At least 1 point. Come on now, there was a lot of civilization that happened. Most of the things they know is only for the past 6,000 years. Their knowledge is only from 6,000 years ago. It don't go much deeper than that. After that, they say it gets lost in time, and they just give you general data.
Yes, they did say that.
So, but the real knowledge, the real how to go deeper, is to go within yourself, because they think it's going out in space. But when they are explaining space, see, they're slick. NASA is a film company. What NASA does is use CG to show you spectral images of, or reading somebody's mind when they're going into their soul, because they understood, because it said it in the knowledge, it said it in the text, that the universe is encoded like the human mind. So they're like, oh shit, to find that out, we need to go what's in the mind. So they started x-raying people, trying to see what's in their mind. Right? Like we gotta read between the lines. We gotta think for ourselves. We gotta think for ourselves so we can see what's really going on. The truth is in you. If you are, and people don't take this wrong, it just is what it is. If you have a soul, you already know. Right there. Right there. If you got that, you got a soul, you're cool already. Right?
That's what Jesus says. When you see the man holding the pitcher of water, that's a
You are the man holding that picture.
yeah. That's a star. That's a star constellation.
No, it's all no, it's you are that man.
No, he says when you see the man holding a pitcher of water, he says go to the upper room, go into the closet, shut the door, and then sit on the right hand of God. The right hand of God, and then he'll be there and he's waiting for you. And you just have to go in there. The right side of your brain, the right hemisphere of your brain, your unconscious mind, that lays dormant. You don't use it. That's why you got to give up tithings. The 10% of your ego mind, you got to give up your tithings, and you got to split the Red Sea, and you have to go into the vineyard, and that's where God's waiting for you.
That's your mind. It's your pioneer.
The whole book is about going to the right. The wise men came from the west; they walked to the east. Jesus says, "Cast your net to the right side."
The whole book is teaching you about dancing with the feminine energy. That's what Christ told you. He discussed the deepest things, his deepest thoughts with Mary. It was his divine unification with Mary where he got the true knowledge, but he only could tell that to those who was really ready to say it. So that's why even Jesus, the 12, 10 in his circle didn't get the knowledge. 10 in his circle didn't get the real teaching. It was just him and Mary. That was the divine unification of the man. That's the whole point. Unification with the feminine. Leave Jesus alone. You got to find the feminine. Because Jesus told you that's the way. But they were envious of it. That's why they said they were envious of he kissed her on the mouth. Well, duh, that was his woman. That was his woman. She gave him the truth. But those men at that time couldn't take it. So they gave you the rest of the made up story of Jesus. Because he never died on the cross. That was Yeshua. You know what I'm saying? Like we're going to say Jesus is Yeshua. And from that aspect, Yeshua was a magic man. He was a magician. He was a warlock. He was a wizard. He used voodoo. He used magic. So I don't need the Bible no more from that point.
True.
I go study the rest of the world. The rest of the world. Just like he did. All those 27 years he went missing, but then everybody say they got stories about the man. So let's go see what everybody else saying. Like we gotta go see what everybody else is saying, because that's the part we miss. Get my invite on. Hey, bud. Say hey, Riley. Hey, bud. But tell me that's how it is, man. And it comes from within you. You radiate it. You attract what you are.
Yes.
Attract what you are. But what you are is not what you want. Because you don't know what you want. You don't know what you really want. You think you know, but that's you trying to think for God. You can't think for God. You must allow God to think for himself, and you observe. Watch and observe to decipher it all. Because God, the way God speaks, he speaks in a language we don't know. So we can never know the reason why. We are not supposed to know the reason why. We are just supposed to understand. And when you actually understand, you get wisdom. But you can only get that through living. That's the point of life. Live, you get the wisdom on time. Stop worrying about the end. You already know it's predestined. You die. Okay, what's next? Okay, live life then. Live life. Stop worrying about it. The questions, they cool. You can study if you want. You can study if you want. You don't have to. You don't have to. All right? But no, it is all spiritual. So getting in tune with your spirit is wise. Because your spirit's there to help you. It's your shadow. It's always going to be there. So who would you trust more? Someone outside of you or your shadow who always has your back? Who always
shadow.
Right, but right now the shadow, you've turned your back to it your whole life. You never went within it. That lies in the soul. Once you go within the soul, you shine light. But when you shine light, do not judge what you see. That place has been forgotten. So you can't judge what you see because you ain't been there to make assessments. You are meant to observe it and understand it. Right? You are meant to observe and just understand. The chaos sphere, it's not meant to be made control of. You must surrender to it. Be absorbed by it. Then once you are absorbed, it will pour into you everything you need so you can be born again as new. That is the death, the burial, the resurrection. When Jesus died on the cross between the liar and the thief, because one stole his joy because he judged his life and compared it to other people, and the other one stole his peace because he couldn't find it because he kept looking outside of him. So the liar and the thief, and he sat right in between the third eye, the eye that saw the truth. The eye that saw the truth, the third eye. These are principles of the body. These are principles of the body. But that's base level. That's base level. Because then people are like, well, how do you activate it? Well, I can teach you. I can definitely teach you. It's a whole lot of shit you can do, but to keep it simple, you are a being of light. So just become one with yourself. Your emotions, you know how they give off colors? That's chakras. That's energy. That's your kundalini. That's your light body. Your emotions are tied to your spirits. Your emotions are tied to your spirits, and how you feel about them will make them manifest a certain way, as whether an angel or a daemon. Not demon, daemon. Manifest as an angel or daemon through you. You are the one that brings it to truth, to bring it to light. You're the one who brings it through light. That's why we can't have emotional reaction, because when we have an emotional reaction, we bring to the light something that was never seen. Something they never seen. It shines through us. We are the light bringers. We are Metatron. We are actually Lucifer. We are not fit to be gods. We predate God. We are primordial beings. We are chaos beings. We bring change. We bring elevation. We bring ascension. That's what we do. We don't stay still. We don't
Exactly what I've
stagnate.
been
When
learning.
we come, everything gets better.
Or
When we come, the world
remembering.
changes. But to those who are of that world, those who are stuck in the old world, in their mind, since they can't change their perspective, the thought is the world is going to end. But ending doesn't stop, because the world doesn't end, because in the beginning. The world don't end because in the beginning. It's a spell. Remember, don't get stuck on the words. See between that shit. That's why you can read a book back to front and then start right back over. Because it's a never-ending end. It's the never-ending story. It's the never-ending story. And you are that author. You are that observer. You are that character. You are the main character of your life. You are the main character. But if you put all your attention and awareness onto the things that keep you distracted, you give away your power. You give away your essence. You give away your energy. You give away your life force. You give away your time. Therefore, they own you. Because anything you put your time into takes everything else from you. Your time is the most valuable thing. That's why they try to take it. That's why they have you on time. They say stay on time. Come on now. Stay on time. You need to be here right this time. That's them controlling you. Because if they got you on your time, they got everything else. If they can take your time, they can take everything else. That's why you have to take back your time. Stop saying, I don't have time for it. No, you have time for what you make time for. So start making time for the things that matter. Start making time for the things that actually are going to benefit you, that are actually going to put you where you need to be, that are actually going to help you. Right? Because that's the whole point about being a god, living a life that promotes that energy, living in a life that can keep you in that phase, living in a life that can keep you in that mindset, because heaven is a mind state. Heaven's in a mind state. It's all in the mind, right? So it's a mindset. But you got to change your whole life to keep yourself there. But as they say, fake it till you make it. Then once you make it, keep faking it. Because once you fake it long enough, it's not faking, it's just what you do. It just is who you are. But in the beginning, you have to practice, because you don't know. Practice makes perfect. Right? We got to keep it simple. We got to keep it simple, though. We got to keep it so we practice this. So in the beginning, it might start with reading a book. But once you get an understanding of that book and what it's trying to teach you, you no longer need to read it. You might just reference it. It's a reference now. But after a while, you reference it, you got it so dialed in, I don't even need the reference. I can quote it word for word. And I can move on to a new book. I can move on to a new study, a new understanding, because I have that one so dialed in, because we can do that. Because we have everything already. We're just trying to remember it. So we're trying to find the words to help us have the understanding to express it. Because that's the only way we know how to express right now is through talking. That's the best form of expression of communication, through talking, right? But because we all speak different languages and we all don't have a clear understanding of our own words, so we use their words in the dictionary and use their spellings to try and decipher what we really mean to them when we're trying to say what we say. Because everything they know is from a limitation, while we are infinite. So for us trying to express our true raw emotions, we only have so much to go off of using their system. So we have to create our own, but that's okay. We gave them the knowledge to make a bare bones system so we can start with. So when we come back to our knowledge, we come back to our memory of, oh snap, I'm a god. Oh shit, I got everything I need. Let me take this. Let me create a little bit of that. Bow. You know what I'm saying? That sauce, that soul. What group of people got soul? Them soul men, right? Come right here in the solar plexus. That's what they say. When you feel it right here. You feel that when you sing from down here. You sing from your stomach, your gut, your soul. right? You got to go deep. You got to reach down low, because that's your lower. That's part of the lower chakra, the lower nature. You know what I'm saying? That's part of the lower nature, going down there, because you have your high side and your low side. Because it's dealing with duality, but this is just understanding. Because once you understand it, you can keep the balance. You are that one that sits in between, the ultimate observer. Meaning you are the will of God. So we have to get to a way where we can understand our emotions and we can live through them without having emotional reactions that we don't classify as something we want to be. Because sometimes we'll let something just slip out and not realize what the fuck happened, and then when we get reminded, we're like, did I fucking say that? Oh my God, for real? Was I like that? Right? But that wasn't you, right? You're like, that's not me. It wasn't you. Because you allow that up without catching it. Sometimes we catch it, sometimes we catch it, sometimes we like, and we stop. That's okay, that's cool. That's good. That's what good. Catch yourself. Think about it. It's okay to think. It's okay to take a second and be like, really ponder on it. Use your mind to see all possible outcomes. You may see something that nobody else can see. You are the grand craft engineer, right? But you got to come up here. You got to start thinking up here. Start thinking up here. Stop thinking with this. You keep thinking with your heart, your feelings always gonna get hurt. If you think with your heart, your feelings always gonna get hurt. Right? Use your heart to feel. Use your mind to think. Because we got it backwards. We think with our heart and feel with our minds. That's backwards. That's backwards. Stop feeling with your mind and think with it. And stop thinking with your heart and feel with it. And then once you do that and you become in unison and harmony, you can then speak clearly. You can then speak a language that everybody can be understood. You now have the universal frequency. The frequency and vibrations, right? That's what Tesla said. If you can understand frequency and vibration, you'll understand the universe. And that shit true. Because everything ain't nothing but atoms. Atoms that exist in black space, black matter. And these atoms are photons of light. When they come together, they vibrate. Depending on their connection, how they're connected, which is the strings of time, the connection points that connect the atoms through the string of fate, right? The string of fate, string theory, super string theory. That's connecting the atoms. It's a string of fate. It keeps things together, and when these atoms vibrate at a certain frequency, they make things up. This is just light. The atoms is just light, particles of light. But we exist at the lowest frequency, the lowest form. Physical matter is vibrating so slow it's still. That is, it's a solid object. That's why you're trapped. You are that light. You're the light that shoots between the atoms. You the light that shoots between the atoms. The literal light that dances, that makes a string of time to make shit go. That's what you really are. That's what you really are, light. Not the body. You got this body. And you're using it right now. You're using it for now. Right? But we get stuck on the body. That's why most people only skin deep. Most people only skin deep. Think about it. They can't talk about shit past their skin and their culture. They skin deep. They're not ready to get into the spirit. Damn sure they're ready for the soul. Well, most folks ain't even ready for the soul because they still saying love and light. That's bullshit. It's just love. It's just love, because you can't have light without the dark. You cannot have light without the dark. That shit ain't cool. You can't have the masculine without the feminine, because you just saying light, where's the feminine? That's the opposite to the light, the dark. Masculine, feminine. Right? Love is the key. That's the unification point. With the love, bring it together. Bring it together, but that takes understanding and knowledge. Makes wisdom. Understanding and knowledge makes wisdom. And once you have that, you obtain the halo, that seventh chakra that actually sits above the head. That means that's the portal. Meaning the light now shines down through you metaphysically, activating your soul, which then lights up and purifies your spirit. And now that your spirit is pure, you are the manifestation of all things good, because you are light. And now you can express that light energy in what you do in the physical world, whether it be how you treat people or what you create. You can be the light. But people get caught up in the words. They get caught up, you know what I'm saying? But that just hits out of his. I appreciate y'all for being here. I got to take over. Let me get my, you know what I'm saying? Thank you. Thank you. Let's get the taps in. The meditations. Yes, meditation is key. Meditation is key. Screw everything else. If you don't meditate, it don't matter. You can have all the money in the world, but if your mind ain't straight, it don't matter. And here's what meditation does. Because people are like, well, what that mean? To meditate, because it don't take much. To meditate is to get to a place of stillness and peace with yourself. That's it. Once you get there, you're no longer meditating. Once you get there, you're no longer meditating, my boy. You are in what I like to call, well, this is what they call it, and I'm going to tell you what it really is. They call it the astral realm, because that's when your consciousness, that's not really the astral realm. That's the dream plane. That's the dreamscape, a dream-like realm that is based off everything that you can consciously imagine, meaning that it will never show you anything that you can't consciously perceive, meaning things that are outside of your perception of imagination will not appear to you. That's the dreamscape. The actual astral realm is once you sit past that noise, because once you're in the dreamscape, you can escape that. This is how you escape. For me, it works like this. You're going to elevate up. I use wings because I am a fire-breathing dragon. So I literally use my wings and I escape out. Now, some people activate a portal and they shoot up. Some people just fly. If you ever get to a point when you're running and you finna jump, fly. Don't feel like you're gonna fall. If you feel like you fall, you get stuck in the matrix. Then that's usually when you might go to sleep. If you're in a meditation, that's just key. That's usually when you go to sleep. If you try to fly and you can't, and you let your fears overtake you, and your consciousness gets shook, what'll happen is you either wake up from it, shocked, or you manage to stay in, but you stay stuck in the dream, and you probably are often just drift off to sleep and go whatever. This is real la la land. You're not in the dream, but your mind is a supercomputer. You're looking into the abyss, but you're looking to the abyss through a filter, through a dream-like filter. So it'll just go on forever, and you just drift off into sleep. That's usually when that happens. But if you can break that, when you fly and you take off, that's a portal. That's the transition to a new experience. That's the portal out. When you, right? So once you do that, you're in the universal stream of consciousness. This is going to take you to the actual astral realm. What you are meant to see is what you are meant to see. You have no control over that. All I can say is when your path comes, you have a path. You will also have a guide. It's your higher self. It's your higher God. It's you. It's actually the real you. But because you're not ready to take that form yet, you're not actually ready to receive its light. You know how them shows show the dude who finds things, and then the spirit they find that been helping them says, well, I actually got to give it to you, and they merge. That's what's got to happen. But most time you're not ready for it when you first get there. So you are in the spirit realm now. You're in the spirit realm. See, that's the portal into the spirit realm. See how it blends? That's really how it works. It's none of it separate. It's just your consciousness. You have to first get through the phase I call the mind meld, where your frontal consciousness must now blend into your subconsciousness, but you must stay awake. You must stay awake. You cannot go to sleep. If you go to sleep, you will not remember. Therefore, you wake up like, damn, what the fuck was I dreaming about? That's how you lose it. Because that's what it is. If you can get into a deep sleep and be consciously aware, you left your conscious body. You died. Because sleep is because of the death. What's death? When the consciousness leaves the body. Whether either by expiration or by conscious choice. That's why back in the day, they could just leave their body and body drop. Bow. Because you ever see and they knock someone's consciousness right, they spirit right out of their body? That shit real. A lot of stuff you see on TV at church is fake. For sure. Anything that show you is fake is made up, but it's just to throw you off, or if you actually see it for real. Because when you see it for real, you can't explain it. You can only talk about what you saw, but you really can't explain it. And it's gonna sound like this. It's gonna sound exactly how they show it on TV. It's gonna sound like how they show it on TV. But that's how TV works. That's Hollywood magic. If they show it to you on TV long enough, at a certain point, you won't care about it. You won't think it's real. That's what they do. If they can show it to you long enough, you won't care about it. You won't think it's real because TV desensitizes you. It desensitizes you from the truth. It desensitizes you from life in general. Television, because it's subliminally planting seeds in your mind of what you think it should look like when it actually happens, but it will never look like that. That shit be staged. Now, every so often we'll catch glimpses on little videos on social media. Every so often we'll catch a glimpse. We do. Hell, I got a video on mine right now. When I was meditating and breathing, whole fucking tree, everything around me swirled. Well, at that time, before I was doing Tai Chi with my dragon self. That's how I express it through my Tai Chi training. And then when I was meditating and I caught a video, I caught it swirling as I'm breathing. Because it's real energy. But once you master your inner energy and you can channel it through you, you can then channel the flow literally through your body. It's electric. You're an electric being. Electric, which is plasma, which is just the physical manifestation of your light. It's the physical manifestation of your light, the highest state of matter, plasma. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, and if you want to request up, please request up. It's all cool. We here to teach, we here to learn, we here to chill, we here to be. I am speaking from the spirit. I do not exist. I'm the
What's up, bro?
Smirk IO. How you doing?
Yo,
Welcome,
hey, bro. I got a question, bro, for something that you were just talking about, bro.
dude.
So, like, you said how, like, when you sleep and you dream, right, that you be in the conscious state, right? So, like, I've heard of stories where like people stay up for days, right, and they say that they start like hallucinating, seeing things that or like hearing stuff that's not there, right? So, like, and that it's like, how do you know what's real once if you don't sleep and then you hearing stuff that's not there? So, like, what's going on? Are they like ascending, like?
No, what's happening is they're going psychotically crazy. But it's real. What is happening is their inner spirits, which is the inner energetic emotions that dwell within them. These are the doorways that lead them to the inner universe. The inner universe. You are actually a multi-dimensional being. You exist in multiple timelines at once. You are not one-minded. That's why you have conversations with yourself. You're multi-minded, multi-dimensional.
Is it
So
spiritual? Is it spiritual when they stay up for days and they don't know what's real and what's not?
no. It's not spiritual. That's that basic answer. That's the psycho. That's going psychotic because no matter, it's all spiritual. It's all spiritual. But when you use physical things, when you're doing physical stuff to interact with the spirit, it's this. That's witchcraft. Witchcraft is just the imitation for Wicca. Wicca is not the conjuring. This is what they do. They try to conjure energy by invoking spirits, trying to copy what the actual gods do. What can really be done. Because what I'm saying, real people, we got human beings and we got gods. I'm gonna get to that later. But the real God, this is how they do it. They don't have to. No. It comes from them. They are the source energy. They just manifest. Remember that word? How they didn't. Hey, Hawk. That's my daily hawk. I get them once a day. I wish I could have caught him on camera. I'm outside. But yeah, it's manifestation. See, the gods manifest. And they make what's not real real. Everybody else, they gotta conjure shit and invoke shit because they ain't got it. So that's the difference.
So, like, if it's like spiritual, what they see, is it real or is it not?
It's real
Like,
for them. It's real for them, not for you. You can't be in their universe the same way they can't be in yours, but you can't doubt their universe the same way they can't doubt yours. Nothing is true. It's all permitted.
oh, okay, yeah, cause like I know sleeping and then you go into the spiritual realm, and then it's like I was thinking about how the dude who broke the world record for staying up like without sleep, and it's like 11 days, and they said that he went crazy, right? But like I was wondering if it was spiritual too, what he was going through.
Okay, so yeah, that's why I say psychosis. That's the correct word for what's going on. It's a spiritual psychosis, meaning you are losing your mind, meaning their conscious mind has been awake so long and it has not had a second to recharge. Now their subconscious mind, which is the manifestation of all their spirits, it manifests from their Godhead, and their Godhead creates everything. So all these entities can now manifest in that empty vessel because the conscious mind is no longer aware. So it's literally a spiritual psychosis, but it's not the way they taught you to react to that word.
So when we sleep, that's more realer than when we awake.
Yep. But it's just not physical. Time's not real. Time only exists here in physical matter. And this is the sucky place because you're dead here. Your light has been diminished. You are no longer light, you are hidden.
Yeah, sometimes it feels like I'm not even alive.
Because that's what this place is. This place is Tartarus. This is
What's
the place where
Tartarus?
it's the place where the light is hell, but it's where it really is. It's physical matter. It's where the seed gets planted in Tartarus because Tartarus is another misclaim and mislabelabilication of the feminine energy. Tartarus is actually the civilization, but the civilization was civilization because of the materials that was in the earth. The earth was the earth because it was the mother energy, right? So these are just the miss, you know what I'm saying, in time. We're going through time. See, time don't exist, but it's real, but it don't exist. If that makes sense, because existence ain't real, because none of this is real. This is a causality. The only reason you can see it is because your eyes took in the image, but then your eyes flipped it so you can receive it in your mind is right side up. But that actually means you take it out your mind and flip it back the right way. You're actually on the bottom. And you think it's right side up because that's what your eyes show you. That's why they lie. That's the first clarification of your eyes always lie. Can't,
Oh, okay. So yeah, that's crazy. So like the eyes lie, right? And then you say, but what if like you see it for like what if you see it, but if you still see it, then what?
you have to train your consciousness. See, this is the part of you have to now. We say you have to go home and do your homework. That just means I can teach you no more. All I can do is tell you what to do, and you can either apply this in your everyday life or not. That's how a real master can know whether a student has done the work or not. We can tell if you went home and you BS'd off and was distracted, or did you actually take this shit to heart and meditate and sit with it and apply it to yourself and see how it resonates within you.
So I got another question. In Tartarus, what should we be doing in Tartarus?
Learning to live again, meaning mastering your inner mind. Because once you can master your inner mind, you can then master your inner systems. You can then master your inner energy, your inner
Because
flow.
I feel like something ain't right me being here. Like I don't know if it's like I don't know. Should I be scared? Like do I feel like I can't fit in with people? Like I don't know. That's how I be feeling. So it's like I feel like something's off, right? And then it's like, so what should I do?
That's base level thinking. See, that is survival nature. See, that is the mind frame they've had as because look, everything that is in there of the light is light, which means that is the energy that is developed for survival. The masculine energy was developed for survival, but the feminine came first. She was always infinite. And in her attempt to make life, she made, and when she experienced, she needed another to help her do something with the all that she is, because she was so infinite. Right? So she made the masculine aspect, the masculine archetype. Right? She made it from herself. And then it was the masculine who then used her, who built, molded her into shape. But because he did not value He did not see her for what she truly was. He trapped her in her tomb. That's why if you the highest number is 9. Because if you go 1 to 9, 9 is a circle. And to get out of this circle, you go back down, but that's just back to 1. The only way to escape this, you must become a new 0. So when that masculine aspect is born from his mother, that's why they talk about mother wounds, right? He must detach from her fully so he can receive this next woman in her wholeness. If not, he will seal her in another mother womb tomb. See how these words rhyme? They hide it from us in the words, but we simple spells.
Yeah, yeah, definitely spells. Yeah, that's why I gotta be careful too, cause I remember what Bruce Lee said. He said the brain don't know if you joking or not. That's what Bruce Lee said. He said that the brain don't know if you joking or not. So it's like I don't even say nothing negative.
You can't, because here's how it works. The great mystery is to understand the woman. The great mystery to understand the woman, because man is God. Who is God? A black man. His job is to venerate and exalt the woman. He builds things for her to bring out the light in her, for she forgot, because she gave all that she was. She gave all that she was to bring life to life. To bring
Oh, that's what I was thinking. So Adam was God. Is that what you're saying?
yes,
Adam and
Adam's
Eve.
God. Adam's
Adam and
God. See, the
Eve.
whole story of Adam and Eve is him tasting her, him getting a piece of her forbidden fruit. It was him getting some of her.
Right.
When he got her forbidden fruit, he got the knowledge of he got the knowledge of the rest of the world. He knew what it was to be soft, what it was to be intimate, what it was to be nurtured. He gets that from her. Just like Jesus got it from Mary. He gets it from her. See, that's why the man's job is to find the Christ light in him. The woman's job, she is meant to be whole, she's meant to be safe, but she's been taught to be a man. So just like a man, she needs to find her Christ light again because she lost it. Right? That's how it works. That's why the woman, she needs to be left to be creative. She is meant to be left to be creative. She speaks the words of life. She's the embodiment, the literal feminine aspect in flesh. Source. She can speak life into you. And when she does, when she activates, she makes a God. a a generator, operator, destroyer. The breath of life from the woman can make a god or a man. That's why women must be careful what they say. That's why emotional control dials back to the feminine aspect. Because once she can control her power, she rules the world. And he builds it. He runs it. She makes the world and he just runs it. Because behind every strong man, there's a stronger woman. And it always goes to black.
Facts, bro.
Welcome,
Hey, boy,
welcome,
you preaching today
welcome,
without it being
welcome.
church. Hey, you preaching today without being church.
It is church. This is the ecclesia. A place where God speaks.
No, I know. I know. I know. I'm just messing with you. But
Nah, bro.
last
That's
night was
that's how
really
I see
good,
women too,
man.
bro. That's how I see him. Like I don't, I don't know. It's like I see him in that way, in that light. I'm even open minded to the fact that God might be a woman. Like I'm open minded to that.
God had a wife. But they don't want to talk about that. Talk about that.
Yep. That's a whole nother subject. That'll be called an overload.
Look, that's why we keep it
That's
simple.
overload. But yeah,
That's why we keep it simple.
but what I want to say towards what you were saying is that, women amplify man's whole existence through her conversation. They amplify us. She makes whatever we come up with to be greater because of what she says. Cause she's the only one blessed with that nurturing spirit.
Mm-hmm.
So we really need to change our mindsets of how we treat women because, man,
Without them, we
We don't
nothing.
we right. We less than when
No,
we
no,
don't
literally think about it.
show them
Without
how.
them, we be nothing because we can't have shit.
Right.
We can't birth the life.
Unless we part unless we part of the rainbow correlation. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Might not even be
No
thinking about
shun to them. You know. Right. No shun to them though. No shun to them. I ain't trying to go there, but I just say, man, I really appreciate your dialogue and how you simplify and break things down. Last night was definitely a good meditation of manifestation. I felt like it was definitely needed for those that was just jumping on board, but it was definitely needed for those who may still have an arrived mindset to see that it's just so much unlimited knowledge that can be poured into you. There's so much more unlimited knowledge. So we can't never put a cap on wanting to learn more, because that's like enabling your.
Shalom, shalom, hood.
I'm just giving you your kudos, fam. But just, man, telling you, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you always, man. I'd rather listen to you than turn on the TV.
Look,
Because we know that's television.
hey, look, I thank so much, and I'm just doing this because this was time. We need a space. We need a place where we can speak truth without judgment. We can speak without
Yeah.
being told, but we can redeem new life, because that's not life is learning something new. Life is the day you don't learn something new, the day you don't live.
Yo,
Right.
Z.
Yo,
Go ahead.
Hey, so like, I feel like, oh my bad.
yeah, I'm gonna mute you up pre-game, a little echoing, but please stick around. But go ahead.
Yeah, I feel like, I feel like I'm still suffering and awakened. And it's like, but I saying I don't think I did that yet, I feel like I'm still in suffering and awakened, and it's like I just feel like I don't know, like I feel like I don't fit in with people, or like I don't fit. I don't even really like this place. Like I don't really know.
If you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
I'm 27.
Okay, you at that part where you gotta understand this. We, the elect, the chosen ones, we have been intentionally put in places and families where we don't fit in to keep your light down. Now, there will sometimes be family members who will remind you, these are those angels we have in our life that remind you that, hey, never let nobody dim your light. But the rest of them usually are there to dim your light, to make you forget, to keep you in a mindset where you are less than, where you are weak. And it is not that they're doing it intentionally. No, they don't know they're the stuff you made. But until you can free yourself, you can't help them see the truth. We sometimes get stuck in with I like to say, hero syndrome. We were trying to save those once we find out a little knowledge, but we're not ready to save nobody. We ourselves still ain't saved. We still somewhat stuck. We just see a little bit more light, but that little, just a drop is so good when you are thirsty, when you are dehydrated. A drop is so much. So we want to share that with everybody we meet. But we gotta understand it's not for everybody. You can't lead a horse to water and make him drink. Well, you can once you embody who you are and you become a master, but at that point, you gotta pull out your wallet. Otherwise, go do it for yourself. Why make me work? I gotta work, you're gonna pay me. Because it just makes my physical work, right? You can get it yourself. You don't need me. You don't need me. You don't need shit from me. You got it all. But if you want me to make you drink, you take that cup and pour it down your throat. I got you. But hey, I need some compensation. But the money is just a trade of agreement. This is a legal tender, right? It has no value. The only value is to say, hey, I'm finna give this to you as a placeholder to show my gratitude for what you're doing for me. That's what money's actually for. That's what currency, 'cause money ain't real. That's what currency's for. A placeholder of value for something in exchange. That's what money's for. So if you want it that bad, yeah, I got you. I got you. You know what I'm saying? It's 33-33. 33-33 is symbolic. It's your new beginning. It's a placeholder. It don't matter. The numbers don't matter. They just numbers.
You know what's
But
crazy, bro? You know what's crazy is like, me, I literally have $0, bro. But it's like I be feeling like, because I don't really fit in this world, bro. Like I don't, honestly, it feels scary being alive, bro.
and I get it because they've taught you, or they've taught us that where there's life, there must be death. Because that is the way of survival. A winner and a loser, right? But that's not life. That's living, but that's not life. Life is the embodiment of all things that represent the expression of life, energy, something new. That's all life. Death is a creation of life. You don't have to worry about death. It's not real. It was only created because life created
Like, bro,
itself.
I feel like I'm at the point, bro, where like I'm at the point, bro, where I really don't care what people think about me, bro. Like, and it's like I noticed that like a lot of people really do, and it's important to people.
Look, your life is so valuable, but when you spend it trying to get value from it based off other people's opinion, you miss the truth. Therefore, your eyes are not lying to you, and they stealing your joy at the same time. You can't find the value in yourself by deriving it from other people. It don't work that way. You find value in yourself, and then you find the joy it brings you in other people by you being you. I love the fact that I can speak what I speak because I know what I love because of the life that I live, and it helps people so much. That's living. And life gives me the ability to do that. So life is all things that is good. It's all good. No bad. Unity. It's all love. All love. Right? All love.
Like, all right, can you hear me? I don't know if you can. Oh, okay, yeah. So, yeah, bro. Like, I just feel like people. I don't know. Like, I feel like I got it hard because I'm misunderstood. Like, and it's like people start thinking like I don't know what they be thinking, but it's like me. I'm at the point where I don't care what they think, and it's like I'm just so like in tune with myself.
Right. And that's the best place to be. Be weird. Be the best expression. Be the best expression of you. Be okay with being by yourself. Learn the things that you like, your hobbies you enjoy. That's all. Be cool with it. Be different. It's cool to be different. I made this by hand last night. No lie, I made this shit. I handmade this. I gotta go to the film already.
I feel like in my case, it makes me feel like I have to be alone.
Free game.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, I want to ask a question.
Go ahead.
How do you detach from your emotions? And is that a good thing? Because I know they say in order to not let your emotions be controlled by others, you must learn how to pretty much detach from them.
To fully detach your emotions. It's a real thing. But you don't actually live there. Well, everybody understands you don't live in detachment from your emotions. The point that you stay detached from them, what they really mean is stop letting the joy that you derive from your emotions detach from those feelings, not the actual emotions. We're trying to not let our feelings come from an emotion. If you feel bad because of love, right? You feel bad because of love. So the feelings is second. So we equate the feelings to the emotion. Oh, hold on. You think of your feelings first. You gotta get out your feelings. Once you get out your feelings, you can, as they say, detach your emotions. But it's not being detached. You just understand them. You can see them from another point of view. Because remember, once you're so in something, you forget how it actually affects and looks and smells. Right? You forget because you've always had it. So you need to see what it's like to be without it. So for a lot of people, they're so attached to their feelings that in order to even understand their emotions, they got to detach from the constant thought of it. So that's kind of what they're referring to, belief in God. Because they didn't popularize the word and they didn't made it to say, detach, go, detach, detach. I don't know what the fuck that means. I just reverse point the same shit. Like, they do not actually know themselves because we now live in a time where the knowledge is now accessible. There's no more gatekeepers. There's no more hidden. Nothing's hidden anymore. It's all been brought to the light. So now we just got everybody running around screaming wolf, just saying what they know every time they hear something new. They don't actually live with the knowledge. You know, they got information, but no wisdom. A whole lot of information. Ain't no wisdom and knowledge.
Okay, that's what's up. That was really pondering on me. I meant to get into that with you last night, but I know it was kind of some new people in there, and they had. I just wanted them to get caught up to wherever
Right,
where you were talking at, and wanted to just let that be. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a deep thinker, man, and as I said, I told you I do spoken word. I be writing poetry the whole nine, but
right.
I feel like every time I'm writing, man, I can't help but write from my heart, my feelings, my emotions. So I feel like for me it's an attribute, but then I know at some point or a certain level it can be a hindrance or Achilles heel because like they say, if you don't control your feelings, somebody else will. And I just don't want no one to have that type of impact over me. But I don't know. I just know that ponders. I ponder on that a lot. I don't know why, but I ponder on that a lot.
I think because I have too. And for me, what it is when people first get to an idea, they get something new. The only way, the only way to get something new is to get rid of it. So it's always bad. How they conceptualize that bad because it's still the unknown, whatever. So it's always this higher bad. It's a cycle too. That's how I say it. Because y'all based off cycles. It's like energy. It's all energy. Energy is just frequency and vibration. Actually, it's getting to the core root of it. So our feelings, our emotions themselves are our base energy. They tie in with our chakra point. They tie in with our light body. And when all that comes together, when we allow that emotion, and we allow it to, and we express it through us, we are not literally having an emotional reaction. That's what they have now, is emotional reaction. We're not having an expression of emotion. We have a control of emotion. And most people don't control it, so they just think that for them, being emotional can be bad because they're not aware of what's going on or what they're doing. They're just letting it conduct, letting it happen. But when you actually sit and ponder with it, you can get to feeling because the only way for your emotions to give you shit is from reaction. That's like everything situational. You can't say anything that this is broadly created in your mind. No, what about this situation? Because what if this happened to this that led to that? This is a whole different scenario. So it's always situational.
always situations. You can't just let everything be blanket your discipline. It's situational and it is what it is because it's the paradox of life. You are going to the light. The light is hidden in darkness. Hidden in darkness. The paradox of life. That's the duality. Everything that's in life is is dualistic. To understand it, we must understand it from both points of view. There's three sides to every truth. Yours, mine, and the truth. All three.
Right. Okay. That's what's up. You know, I like to converse with you, man, when I'm at home. I'm at the grocery store right now, but I had to sit down and really hey man, cause boy, I be
Man,
going with I don't know, man. I'm just one of them deep thinkers, man. But I love the conversation, man, always, cause I love to challenge my thoughts and my heart and my whole intellect, you know, of knowing and not knowing. So, you know, I'm always embracing that, man. And that's what you present every time when you had these topics of conversation. But I'm gonna go on and get up off of here, man, until I get back home. And if you still on, I'll jump back in. But man, peace and blessings always, respect, you know that. And man, gratitude with no attitude,
I
always.
say, I say, peace, peace, and thank you. You know,
Yes,
being able
sir.
to do what I do and who I can say I was that promised child. My whole point of life was learning how to take that and be able to apply it. To take that
Yeah.
life and be able
Man, well, you doing good, bro. I just want to be one of them people that try to keep you motivated and say, man, you are appreciated, bro. You are appreciated. Know that.
to thank you and see blessings. And I
I
like,
def
I don't say goodbye no more. See, I have a whole new way of
right.
talking, a whole new language. I say, until we meet again, because we will. If
Yep.
it's destined,
Yep.
we'll meet you again.
Yeah, the energy, no doubt, no doubt, man. But enjoy your evening, fam. I'll talk to you soon. We'll put it like that. I'll talk to you soon.
All right.
All right. Yep.
But that's what it is, y'all. It's all love. It's all love. But I think with that, I'm gonna take me a little break, as we all should. Matter of fact, here's your homework. Go meditate. And this is what you need to do. If the sun is still out where you at and it's quiet, I gotta let them out. That's why another reason. Shut up. I'm getting to you. But this is what you do. Go meditate. Find you a good quiet space where you can be outside. Take your shoes off, put them in the ground. Find you a nice little spot, a good place under a tree. Find you a good place up under a tree, right? To go and sit you and meditate. And this is what you want to meditate on. You want to meditate on breathing, being at peace, and receiving what the world, the universe has to give you. Receiving the love and the light of the universe. And after that, as you sink into yourself, don't judge what you see. Don't hold any of your past thoughts towards it. Observe it is for what it is. Try to learn from what it is showing you because you were meant to see it. And then when you come out of that meditation, jot your thoughts down. And then when I come back later on tonight, I want to hear about it. So until we speak again, Ashe. Ashe. All right, y'all. Let's get you outside.